Romans and Greeks artistic mediums, highlights, and influencers. First is the Roman mediums, influencers, and visual arts.
Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the different artistic mediums, highlights, influencers that existed in the Roman period. First, let's talk about the mediums used in the Roman period. The Roman Empire was renowned for its diverse use for artistic mediums. Artists and craftsmen employed a wide range of materials across different art forms. Here are the main mediums that were used during that period. First is sculpture. Now, sculpture is an art form in which a hard or plastic material is formed into a three-dimensional art form. Now, there are different types of materials used in creating a sculpture. First is marble. Now, marble is used for statues, reliefs, and monumental sculptures. Next is bronze. Now, bronze is often used for smaller sculptures and equestrian statues. Next is terracotta, common for mass-produced figurines and architectural decorations. Lastly is wood. Wood is occasionally used for sculpting, but fewer pieces have survived. Now, in terms of painting, they have fresco, or wet plaster, used for murals and wall paintings in villas and public spaces. Next is encaustic, or a hot wax, used for portrait paintings on wood, particularly in Roman Egypt. Next art form is mosaics. Now, mosaics use tesserae, a small colored stones, glass, or ceramic pieces used to create a detailed floor and wall mosaics. Now, let's proceed with the influential figures and highlights of Roman art. Now, Roman art was heavily influenced by previous cultures, especially the Greeks, but several key figures and highlights stand out in the Roman period. First is Emperor Augustus in his statue Augustus of Prima Porta. Now, Emperor Augustus is a key figure who promoted art as propaganda, showcasing his divine right to rule. And his marble statue Augustus of Prima Porta is a masterpiece of Roman sculpture that presents him as a both military leader and a godlike figure. Next is Marcus Aurelius in his equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius. The equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius is one of the few surviving large bronze sculptures. It highlights the technical mastery of Romans had in casting large bronze works, and it portrays the emperor as a wise and powerful ruler. Now let's proceed in the visual arts that existed in the Roman Empire. The visual arts in ancient Rome covered a wide spectrum, from grand public works to intimate household decorations. Here are the major categories. First is sculpture. Roman sculpture often focused on realistic portraits of emperors, gods, and significant figures. These sculptures were intended to display power and authority, as well as to honor the dead. An example of this, I have said earlier, Augustus of Prima Porta. Next is frescoes. Now, frescoes is decorated walls of Roman villas and public buildings, often depicting mythological scenes, landscape, and everyday life. And an example of this is Villa of the Mysteries in Pompeii, which has frescoes depicting scenes from mystery cult of Dionysus or Bacchus, the god of wine, fertility, theater, madness, and ecstasy. Next is mosaics. Now, Romans were renowned for their detailed mosaic floors and walls. These mosaics often featured scenes from Roman life, battles, gods, and intricate geometric patterns. And an example of this is the Alexander mosaic from Pompeii, depicts that battle of Issus between Alexander the Great and Darius III, demonstrating Roman appreciation.
Next is Greeks mediums, highlights, influencers, and visual arts.
Greek literature, body of writings in Greek language with a continuous history extending from the first millennium BC to the present day. Later, pagkatapos ng conquest of Alexander the Great, ang Greek ay naging common na language ng Eastern Mediterranean lands at ng Byzantine Empire. Ang history ng Greek literature ay nahati sa tatlong period, which is 6th century BC or archaic. So, di ba yung una is archaic? Ito yung kung saan yung mga artist is gumagawa ng naturalistic human figure. Or should we say naturalistic representations of human figure. During this period, two types of freestanding large-scale sculptures yung na-predominate. The first one is the male chorus, which means standing nude youth. And the second one is female core, or the standing draped maiden. So, sa Hellenistic period naman, ay yung the Pergamon altar, which in which it depicts gods, heroes, athletes, or ordinary citizens. Sa classical era naman is Phidias and Praxiteles, in which it embodies the ideals of beauty, harmony, and proportion. There are a lot of examples sa medium na ginamit nila during that period. It includes the pottery and coins, much stone sculpture, though meron silang mga part or even more na kinokopya sa Roman, and a few large sculptures, fine metal vessels, and anything na perishable, including woods. So, here are the influences or subjects na naka-influence or nakapa-inspired sa kanila during that era to create an art. The first one I have here is the methodology and religion. So, yung mga art form nila na gods and goddesses, heroes, and methodological creatures. Humanism, they place a high value on human potential and achievement, which was reflected in their art. The next one is philosophy. Ideas from the philosopher Plato and Aristotle. So the next one is war and heroism. So it depicts of the battles and heroic figures like warriors. Kung merong mga subjects that influence art that time, meron ding mga dances na present that time. It includes the Pyrrhic dance or the war dance, Cordacks or comedy performance, Emilia, solemn and graceful dance na piniperform nila during tragedies. Circus, it is a circle dance na kadalasan piniperform sa mga gatherings, weddings, mga special events. The next one is Giranus and Gymnopedia na piniperform ng mga young men. Important people na sikat or present that period. Si Homer, he is an author of the epic poems, the Iliad and Odyssey. Si Socrates, founder siya ng Western philosophy. So, present in that time sina Plato, Aristotle, and Alexander the Great, in which si Plato is a student and teacher ni Aristotle. And ito namang si Aristotle, siya yung tutor ni Alexander the Great. And si Alexander the Great naman is the king of Macedonia and also the military general.
Next is the differences between Greek art to Roman art.
The differences between Greek and Roman approaches to art. Idealism and realism. Greek focused on idealism while the Roman is more realistic and pragmatic. purpose and function. Greek primarily served religious and philosophical purposes, while the Roman is more utilitarian and propagandistic. Their architecture and public spaces. Greek architecture focuses on aesthetics, perfection, and harmony in sacred spaces, while the Roman architecture focused on engineering and public utility. Materials and technique. Greek primarily used bronze and marble in their sculpture, while the Roman art utilized a wider range of materials including marble, bronze, concrete, and later mosaic work. Their mosaic and paintings. Greek mosaic and paintings were mainly decorative and used in homes, while the Roman mosaic and paintings developed from extensive creating elaborate floor and wall mosaic that depicted everyday life, mythology, and nature. Cultural significance. Greek was deeply tied to their philosophical and spiritual outlook, while the Roman, they used it as a tool for political propaganda and celebration of power. In summary, Greek focused on idealized beauty and spiritual representation often related to gods and philosophical ideas, while the Roman was more realistic and utilitarian, used as a tool for power, propaganda, and improving public life. Both civilizations produced incredible art, but their distinct approaches reflect the unique characteristics of their cultures and priorities.
Now let's proceed on the differences between Romans to Greeks.
Sa akin, ang pagkakaiba ng Roman at Greek. Ang Roman artist ay may pangunahing praktikal na diskarte dahil ang kanilang mga gawa ay pangunahing ginagamit pang dekorasyon at sa mga bagay-bagay. Example ng Roman art ay tungkol sa mga sinaunang tao at mga wars dahil diyan lang nakafocus ang Roman art. Ang Greek naman ay isang sining at pagpapakita ng katawan at isipan ng tao. At ang example naman ng Greek ay tungkol sa estatwa.